Music producer, audio engineer, beat maker, all of these terms are sort of interchangeable. It depends who and what they do for music. I'm going to explain what each of those jobs really means and then explain how they kind of intertwine with each other. What's up guys, my name is Tiny, I'm a music producer and all of the other terms that we mentioned earlier, plus I'm also an artist. Today I'm going to explain to you what the difference is between a music producer, audio engineer, and beat maker. Obviously I think you understand the difference between all of those terms versus the artist. The artist is the one that either performs, writes the lyrics, and even there's kind of different jobs that the artist could have, because an artist could actually not write the lyrics and only perform, right? Someone else could be writing the lyrics for them. So that's kind of what those three terms for music producer, beat maker, and audio engineer are. They all have overlapping things, but none of them are exactly the same. So let's go to the most basic of what each of these words mean. So let's start with actually beat maker, and we'll kind of demystify music producer because I feel like that's the most complicated one out of all of these to understand, because music producer is kind of like in the middle, whereas beat maker is one extreme and then audio engineer is the other extreme. Because I think if you say beat maker and audio engineer, you kind of understand that like one makes beats, the other is the one turning the knobs and doing all of that. But then music producer, you're kind of like, what is that? Is it both? Is it one? Is it none of them? I'll explain it to you the best I can in today's video. So let's start with beat maker. A beat maker is somebody who makes the beats. So it's actually like a lot of jobs at the same time, because you could have two beat makers on the same track. One of them, let's say, makes the drums, so the drum pattern, how the hi-hats go, how the kicks go, how the snares go. But then there's also a beat maker that just does loops. A lot of people interchangeably call them loop makers. The most essential part of a beat maker is to make a really good loop. Let's say a really nice drum pattern and a really nice melody that go hand in hand together, and a nice bass line. They're the ones that kind of just compose that section of the song, and that's it. So let's go on to audio engineering. So an audio engineer is the one that is applying the compressors, the EQ, and all of the little knobby knob turns to make the song sound clean and professional. So that's kind of like the end of the process of the song. So beat makers are like the beginning, and audio engineers are the ones who make the final product. So they're the guys that talk about always like the mixing and mastering and all that, and they're the ones applying like the auto tune and all the effects for the artist and the final product to sound really good. So a music producer is kind of harder to understand, but let me put it like this: they're kind of like the manager of the artist only while they make music. Instead of like managing, like let's say calling up for shows, doing this, the music producer will be in the studio with the artist and making sure that the vision of the song is heading towards what the artist and music producer want together. The best example for this is actually DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled does not make his own beats, so he's not a beat maker, and he doesn't audio engineer none of his tracks. He's kind of the one, like the director, if you want. That's what a music producer is. It's basically the guy that kind of manages all the tracks of a project, or just one song if you want, and he kind of gives the directives on how he wants the sound to be. Now there's a lot of like implications in all this. The music producer could be the one also arranging the track after the loops are done, after the beat maker finished them. The music producer could also help write lyrics. There's a ton of things that music producers do. Not only do they have that like director role, but a lot of them are skilled musicians, and they also have a lot of beat making and audio engineering skills. So what you're gonna find a lot is people like me, I guess, that are able to beat make, sound design, those beginning first steps, but also able to audio engineer, and then also able to arrange tracks. And I just call myself a music producer because I kind of do all of it, but at the end of the day, it's just easier to just label it as one thing, music producer. But at the end of the day, not only am I a music producer, but I'm also a beat maker and an audio technician. I have a creative direction for certain artists that I work with. I tell them this, do it like that, don't perform it like this, make the beat like that, cut the beat here, arrange it like this. You understand what I mean? It's kind of just, you're the director of a movie and your movie is the music. That's what DJ Khaled does, and a lot of people don't give him enough credit for that. But just because he doesn't make his own beats doesn't mean that he can't do it. Because I make my own beats, I have a lot of knowledge in it. Sometimes it happens that I'm going to be the music producer on a track where I tell the beat maker to not add in the drums here, to cut it there. So I kind of have my hand in other people's work, but that's like my role. People, like, if you want, hire me to do that because I have like a good creative direction. I know how songs work, I know how songs should go and how to structure them properly. So I hope this video kind of clarifies everything about music producers and what they do, and also audio engineers and beat makers. If you guys did learn something, give the video a like, subscribe for more music production content. Check out my music in the description down below. My name is Tiny, and as always, I'm signing out. And you can hire me as a music producer if you want, or beat maker, audio engineer, whatever you want. You can email me at tinytaro@gmail.com. I am out. Peace.